Well, the smart thing to do is, number one, stay cool, but number two, focus on where we're strong and they're weak. I often talk about how the terrorists attack us asymmetrically, where they're strong and we're weak. 9/11 was that kind of an attack. We didn't expect it, and our defenses were weak. So in Russia's case, where is Russia weak? Russia's weak economically. Russia functions basically as a corrupt, more or less, dictatorship. Its oligarchs who live outside the country have lots of the wealth, and they support Vladimir Putin. And the other thing it is a gas station to Europe and other parts of the world. So what should we do? We should impose economic sanctions. We should provide some economic aid to Ukraine, provided that it forms a responsible government. And the West should become the gas station, or at least the fueling station, maybe some clean fuels, for Europe instead of Russia. And if we do those things, Vladimir Putin will not be able to withstand the pressure. Neither. It should be the right roles, whether that's more or less. We need surveillance programs. They protect our country. But we also need what we're having now, which is a public debate around what their dimensions are. It's not true that security and liberty are a zero-sum game. We either get more of both or less of both. So I have no sympathy personally for Edward Snowden, but I am pleased that a bit later than it should have happened, we're now having a robust domestic and international debate about the role of surveillance. And NSA is our technical agency. It's the one that knows how to do the mechanics of surveillance. And I think that in the end, we'll end up with better laws and better understood laws and better surveillance. I think the biggest challenge is to tell our story. We are not telling our story well at all. People think of the United States when they're in the Middle East, especially, or in other parts of the world, and they think drones, Guantanamo Bay prison, Abu Ghraib, and some other things in that line. They don't think a country with the rule of law that operates pretty well, very minimal corruption, enormous generosity, especially in the case of natural disasters, not just domestically, but internationally. We have been most effective in staging relief into places like Japan after the nuclear disaster, or in Thailand, or in the Philippines, or in Pakistan, or even in Iran. They don't think those things. We need to talk about them more, and we need to talk about the fact that our vision is that others in the world, in other parts of the world, where we have no territorial designs, should have the freedoms we enjoy. That's the right narrative, and that'll persuade the kid in Yemen deciding whether to strap on a suicide vest, that he's much better off joining a, let's hope, stable and transparent government in Yemen and becoming a productive citizen.